6 months ago, I made a decision that most people in my life thought was either genius or completely reckless. I handed over a portion of my real investment portfolio to an AI system I built myself, set some ground rules, and then essentially let it run. No emotional overrides, no second guessing, just the algorithm doing its thing while I watched. Today, I am pulling back the curtain on everything: the wins, the losses, the moments where I almost shut the whole thing down, and what the actual numbers look like after 180 days of live trading. And before you ask, yes, this is real money, not a simulation, not a paper trading account, real dollars, real stakes, real consequences. Let me take you back to December of last year when this whole experiment started. I had been messing around with machine learning models for a while, mostly for fun, mostly losing theoretical money in backtests. But there is a massive difference between backtesting a strategy and actually deploying it in live market conditions. Backtests are almost always flattering because you are looking backward at data that already happened. The real world is messier, more random, and far less forgiving. So I built what I am calling a hybrid momentum and sentiment model. Here is how it works at a basic level. The system pulls in price action data across a few hundred equities, runs a momentum calculation across multiple time frames simultaneously, and then cross-references it with a natural language processing layer that analyzes earnings call transcripts, news headlines, and social sentiment signals. The idea was to capture not just what the numbers say, but also the mood around a stock, because sometimes fundamentals and price diverge precisely because of sentiment shifts, and that gap can represent an opportunity. I want to be transparent about the setup. I allocated $20,000 to this experiment, not my entire savings, that would be reckless, but a meaningful enough chunk that the results would actually matter psychologically. One of the things I have learned is that paper trading trains you nothing about emotional resilience. You need real stakes to test whether a system actually holds up when your stomach is turning. Month 1 was humbling. The model made 12 trades, 8 of them were losers. I was down just over 9% in the first 30 days, and I am not going to lie to you, I was stressed. There were 2 nights where I sat in front of my laptop with my finger hovering over the off switch. But I had made a commitment going in that I would not interfere for at least 90 days unless there was a catastrophic drawdown of more than 30%. 9% hurt, but it was inside my predetermined parameters, so I stayed the course. This is actually one of the most valuable things I learned from this whole project. Having predefined rules you set before emotional pressure arises is what separates systematic investing from gambling. When you write your rules in calm conditions, you are thinking clearly. When the market is bleeding and your account is down, you are not thinking clearly at all. So the rules you wrote before are the ones you should trust. Month 2 saw a significant shift. The model started catching what I can only describe as its rhythm. It correctly identified a breakout pattern in the semiconductor space about 11 days before the broader narrative caught up. It held those positions with conviction while I was internally panicking that we were too concentrated. The positions ran nicely, and we clawed back the month 1 losses and added a few percentage points on top. By the end of month 3, we were up about 7% from the starting point. That felt good, but I also knew we were in a relatively favorable macro environment, so I did not want to over-attribute the gains to the model's intelligence rather than to just riding market conditions. Months 4 and 5 are where things got genuinely interesting and genuinely terrifying in equal measure. There was a 3-week stretch in there where economic data came out in ways that confused almost every systematic model on the planet. Volatility spiked, correlations that normally held broke down. My model, which was built on historical relationships between momentum and sentiment, was essentially operating in conditions it had never been trained on. We gave back a chunk of gains. At peak drawdown from the month 3 high, we were down about 12% over roughly 18 trading days. But here is what I found fascinating from an analytical standpoint. The model did not panic. It did not overtrade. It actually reduced position sizes automatically during high volatility windows because I had built it in as a risk management feature. So, while the return suffered, the system's behavior was exactly what I had designed it to do. That gave me confidence in the architecture, even when the results were temporarily painful. There is a concept in systematic trading called the difference between process quality and outcome quality, and this period of the experiment drilled that distinction into my brain permanently. A good process can produce bad outcomes in the short term. A bad process can produce good outcomes through pure luck. Now let me give you the 6-month bottom line, because I know that is what you have been waiting for. After 180 days, accounting for all trades, all fees, all the ugly losing stretches, and the good runs, the portfolio finished up 11.4%. Over the same period, the S&P 500 returned approximately 8.2%. So the model outperformed the benchmark by roughly 3 percentage points over half a year. Is that life-changing outperformance? No, but in the context of a first live deployment in genuinely varied market conditions with a model I built myself without a quantitative finance background, I consider that a meaningful result. More importantly, it was achieved with lower drawdowns than simply holding an index fund over the same period, which is the metric I care about more than raw returns. Now let me be honest about the limitations, because I would be doing you a disservice if I only told you the good parts. 6 months is not a long enough track record to draw confident conclusions. You need years of data across multiple market cycles to really validate a systematic approach. The model has a sample size problem. 3 percentage points of outperformance over half a year could easily be explained by luck rather than edge. There is also something I want to address directly that I have seen in the comments on other videos about AI trading systems. A lot of these tools being sold online are not real AI in any meaningful sense. They are repackaged technical indicator systems with a chatbot layer on top and a price tag that should embarrass the people selling them. I am planning to run the experiment for another 6 months with some modifications based on what I have learned. I am going to add a macroeconomic regime detection layer to identify whether we are in a risk-on or risk-off environment, because the model clearly struggled during the regime confusion period I described earlier. I am also going to expand the sentiment analysis to include additional alternative data sources. I will document every month between now and the 12-month mark, and then do a comprehensive breakdown at the end of the year. By that point, we will have a data set that is at least somewhat more meaningful for drawing conclusions. I want to be clear about one more thing before we wrap up. Nothing in this video is financial advice. I am documenting a personal experiment with my own money for educational and entertainment purposes. You should never replicate anyone else's investment approach without fully understanding it yourself and consulting with qualified financial professionals. What I can tell you is that building this system taught me more about markets, about psychology, and about my own decision-making biases than any book I have ever read on the subject. And for that alone, the experiment has already paid for itself many times over.